Welcome sa ating channel. Nandito ulit tayo ngayon mga kaibigan para sa isang bagong series. Lamang ang may alam. Ang sasagutin natin ngayon, paano mag-overclock. So kadalasan tinatanong po sa akin yan, paano mag-overclock ng processor, paano i-boost or i-maximize yung potential ng aking AMD Ryzen. So since ang meron na po ako ngayon is an AMD Ryzen processor, so automatically yung overclocking guide natin will be based with an AMD BIOS. At the same time, more on processor lang po muna. So since ito rin po yung pinakaunang episode ng and since this is also the first episode ng Lamang ang May Alam series natin, automatically basic muna ang ituturo ko sa inyo mga kaibigan. Pang beginner's guide muna. So sa mga naka-try na po or may idea na po on how we will do the overclocking, wala pong guide dito by manipulating the base clock frequency and other stuff na medyo a bit technical na kung pag-uusapan. Ang gagawin lang muna dito ngayon, ang goal lang muna dito ngayon or objective natin is to be able to overclock the processor the easy way, yung madaling masundan, and the only basic style na pang beginners lang po. Para sa mga kaibigan din natin dyan na wala pang ka-idea talaga on how this overclocking works. Then before we will proceed, we will consider first the 5 things na kailangan nakahanda or kailangang maging requirements bago natin simulan tong overclocking. The first thing is kailangan meron tayong processor na unlock o kaya pwede siyang ma-overclock. So basically, kailangan mong i-google po yung processor model mo and check kung pwedeng ma-overclock yung processor natin. Okay? Second thing is kailangan malaman natin kung meron tayong maganda or suited or more than enough na power supply na gamit. And it should be at least true rated power supply. Ngayon, ang power supply natin, like for example, is 700 watts. Then we should calculate the components inside our CPU or our system unit. Gagamitin natin yung mga na-link po dun sa description natin down below. Check the description for the websites where you can access the calculator. Depende na po dyan kung ano yung gagamitin natin. Depende kung anong mas user-friendly po sa inyo mga kaibigan. Check nyo po doon, i-input nyo po doon yung mga processor natin, motherboard, video card, memory, and everything na meron sa system unit. Then calculate and check. Kung ang lalabas dyan is 450 watts and meron kang 650 watts, then ibig sabihin, pasok ka or you have at least 550 watts. So ibig sabihin, dapat meron kang power supply na more than enough doon sa requirement ng components mo na hindi pa na-overclock. Ngayon, yun lang po muna yung reminders ko dahil moderate overclocking or slight overclocking pa lang po yung gagawin natin mga kaibigan. Pero sooner or later, medyo magre-require na tayo ng dapat mas mataas na standard like you have at least bronze power supply. And then the third, kailangan naka-aftermarket cooler tayo. Whatever your stock cooler is, I know there are better stock cooler like the Wraith cooler of AMD, pero mas maganda pa rin kung naka-aftermarket cooler ka. Like you have this high tower or yung tower air coolers or at least 120mm all-in-one liquid cooling system para magawa mo or para maging possible ang overclocking sa iyo at saka maging safe din yung mga components mo specifically doon sa processor natin. And then the fourth is at least hindi entry level yung motherboard natin. Kahit pa paano yung motherboard mo is a B350 or B450 motherboard. And then the fifth is dapat nakahanda yung dalawang software natin. Basic software, the Cinebench, and then the hardware monitoring tools na gagamitin natin. So HW Monitor, yung nalink ko po dyan sa description to monitor the temperature at the same time if nag-reflect or naging successful yung overclocking na gagawin natin. Okay, so before we will start, I will be showing you first the motherboard that I have here. I have used the MSI X470 Gaming Pro Carbon. Yan po yung isa sa mga pinakamagandang motherboard in terms of overclocking. Aware naman po siguro tayo ng mga kaibigan na MSI is the #1 or mostly reviewed motherboard in terms of overclocking. Like kay Gamer Nexus, they consider the B450 Tomahawk as the best motherboard in the market in terms of overclocking sa B450 series. And then Reddit reviews that the MSI X470 Gaming Pro Carbon is also in the top tier. Alright, so proceed na tayo ngayon mga kaibigan. Let's try to power on this computer para simulan na natin ang basic step. So, ang unahin natin gagawin is pumasok sa BIOS. Pagka power on mo, automatically, dapat nakaabang na yung daliri mo sa may delete key sa keyboard para i-press mo yan simultaneously. Yan lang po yung way para pumasok tayo sa BIOS. Or you may hit the F2 key. So, depende kasi may mga motherboard that you can access using the F2 key or the delete key like those ASRock boards. Yun. Ngayon, pag dating mo sa BIOS, it is a bit different kung meron kang gigabyte na motherboard or you have an Asus or ASRock motherboard. Ang hahanapin mo lang dyan is yung tab kung saan yung overclocking. So, dito sa MSI, they use the OC. Pero meron siyang details overclocking settings. Same with the Gigabyte. Meron din sila. Same with the Asus tweaker, meron din po sila. And with other brands ng board, meron silang tabs for overclocking. So, puproceed ka po dyan. And then, using the arrow keys or pwede mo rin gamitin tong mouse. As of today, most of the BIOS are now user-friendly. Meron na silang interface that you can also use your mouse or your keyboard. So, depende kung anong mas komportable sa inyo. You can use your mouse. And then, hanapin mo ngayon dito yung CPU ratio or yung CPU clock frequency settings o kaya yung clock ratio. Every brand, they have their own terms para sa settings ng pag-adjust ng frequency. So, overclocking is changing the frequency of the processor. Changing the speed, stepping up the speed of the processor. Like kung sasakyan or motor, meron kang 100 na cc na sasakyan, ngayon gusto mo siyang i-level up ngayon sa 110. So, di ba? So, same din dito, para magkaroon siya ng 100, o kaya let's go for the easier to understand. Kunwari, yung sasakyan mo or yung motor mo or anything na gamit mo, yung speed niya is 100 km per minute. Pero ang gusto mo na ngayon is ma-hit niya yung pinakamataas na 110 km per minute. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin dito, ganun din. Same din dito. Itataas natin ngayon yung speed, yung frequency ng processor natin. So, let's go to the CPU ratio and then automatically by default, nakalalagay dyan is auto, automatic, o kaya default. Ang gagawin mo lang dyan, itapat mo dyan, makikita mong naka-highlight na siya, and then hit plus. By default, 25 MHz ang maidadagdag. And I advise na kung hindi man 25 MHz ang maidadagdag, you should always punch 25 MHz only by typing it in the numpad na lang. So, kunwari, ang nakita mo dyan is 32.25. Ngayon, ang gawin mo na next time is 32.50. Yun yung itatype mo. Yan po yung gawin nyo pag nag-overclock kayo. If you are doing overclocking at beginner pa lang po tayo, nagsisimula pa lang po tayo, do it step by step. Huwag mong madaliin. Huwag kang mag-jump ka agad from 3.2 GHz then jump to 4.0 GHz or 4.2 GHz. Or else you will end up something really, yun nga, dangerous. Kasi risky na yun. So, do it step by step. So, pagdating ng pagka hit mo ng plus, makikita mo, 32.25. Ngayon, i-verify natin ngayon. Ito na yung overclocking. Yan lang po yun. Ipa-plus mo lang. Tataasan mo or dadagdagan mo lang yung frequency niya. Pag nakita mo na, yan, 32.25 na siya. And doon sa baba niya, nagpakita na 32.25 MHz, 3,225 MHz. Ibig sabihin, if you convert to gigahertz, that is 3.2025. Pero dahil nga sa system properties, ang magpapakita lang is 2 decimals. So, magra-round off yung 25 to 3.23. So, i-verify natin yan by saving what we have done. Just press enter. Ngayon, punta ka sa settings and then save and exit. Or save changes and reboot. Okay. So, yan na po. Yun lang po. Ganun lang kasimple. Ganun lang kadali. Ang overclocking is hindi po mahirap. Okay? Hindi siya nakakasunog ng system unit. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin na kailangan nyo tapusin tong video na to dahil lamang ang may alam, you can bring out the full potential of your processor, of your product, kung alam mo itong overclocking. At the same time, you will be aware kung ano na yung bibilihin mo sa susunod pag alam mo tong overclocking. Kasi some of us will be going for I will be going for a 2700X because this is mas mahal. So kung mas mahal, mas maganda. Okay? Mayroon tayong tropa nagsabi niyan. Pero tama naman. On some point, yes, it is true. Pero on some point, lamang pa rin ang may alam. Okay, so proceed tayo ngayon. Proceed tayo at titingnan natin ngayon kung na-verify nga bang tumaas ang ating frequency. Let's go to the system properties and we will check. So ayan po, nagpakita 3.23. And then dito naman po sa HW monitor, you can see the temperature at the same time dun sa pinakababa niya, makikita mo ngayon dito yung clock speed that all cores are now running at 3.20 up to 3.226 megahertz. So by default, I have here the Ryzen 7 2700 and it's running at 3.2 base clock. Pero dito, wala pa lang tayong ginagawa pero pumapalo na siya ng 3.226 or 3,226 megahertz. Now to verify if this overclocking is stable, we will do and check using the Cinebench. Okay, so Cinebench po yung gagamitin natin na software to maximize yung processing neto. Kumbaga, ima-maximize natin yung potential. Kasi nga, pag nagre-render tayo, naka 100%, magagamit natin yung buong processor. All of the cores, some CPU-intensive games even use a lot of processor performance or potential. So, ngayon ilalabas natin yung full potential ng processor by running the Cinebench for a couple of minutes para at least makita natin or ma-verify mo kung stable yung overclocking. Ngayon, once you have seen na stable naman, nagpipick yung frequency niya at the same time yung temperature mo is hindi naman masyadong tumataas. As we can see, the motherboard temperature is at 59 and then for the processor, it is running at 60. Ibig sabihin, you are in good terms. Up to 80 yan, kahit 80 pa ang aabutin yan. Depende po yan sa ambience ng room natin, yung temperature ng room natin. As of now, I am running at 30 degrees Celsius room. So, well, it's fine to have this kind of temps na 60 or 59 degrees Celsius. Okay, so ibig sabihin, napaka-successful ng ating ginawa. We have made it. We have just did it and overclocked the processor of AMD Ryzen 7 2700 at stable po siya, nagra-run po siya. Nakita po natin na sa Windows base, ganun lang pala papataasin yung frequency ng processor. That is just yung sinasabi nilang mahirap. Now, you may question me, maybe, kaya nga sabi ko medyo natakot ako nung gagawin ko to kasi alam ko maraming tanong at alam ko maraming kulang at maraming akong hindi masasabi. Pero lilinawin ko na lang po mga kaibigan, simple lang po ang isasagot ko dyan, pang beginner's guide lang naman po. So, yung medyo isihan lang natin, yung madali lang muna, moderate lang muna. Kumbaga, ito munang guide na to is overclocking up to 3.4 GHz, up to 3.8 GHz. Hindi pa tayo pupunta dun sa 4.0 GHz above. So, wala munang mga voltage manipulation. And this is the safe way of overclocking as of now. Kasi nga, not all of the processors are equal. Merong mga processor that can't even be maximized na kung sinasabi na, ang processor na to can run up to 4.2 GHz. Yes, maybe with you. Pero pwedeng hindi sa kanya. So, yung mga ganong klaseng overclocking, yung mga ganong medyo may konting risk at medyo may konting sugal, soon na natin pag-uusapan. Distansya muna tayo dyan. Yung mga sa mga kasamahan lang muna natin na wala talagang ka-idea muna or sa mga kasamahan natin dyan na medyo wala pang alam kung ano ba pa talaga yung sinasabi nilang overclocking na yan. Okay, so that's it mga kaibigan. Yun lang po yung sinimplihan nating guide on how to overclock and yun din po yung sagot ko kung paano mag-overclock at the same time, ano ang overclock. So, overclocking, that's it. It's just that topic. So, see you guys. Feel free to subscribe. Subscribe po kayo para sa mas marami pang ganito and mas marami pang guides. Ito pa lang po ang una nating episode na lagi nating tandaan, lamang ang may alam.